Travel the winding alleyways of Havana, Cuba, and centuries-old buildings hold tales of revolution, struggle, and survival. Decades of economic embargo and recent global shifts have left Cubans facing persistent shortages of food, medicine, electricity, and opportunity. Yet, daily life continues with remarkable ingenuity. Within the complicated realities of life in Cuba, there is an enduring faith and beauty that defines the island's spirit. A spirit of perseverance exists within the Seventh-day Adventist Church in Cuba, despite established limitations and roadblocks. Despite economic challenges driving people off the island, the Adventist Church in Cuba continues to spread the gospel. It's a testament to the enduring power of faith even in the face of adversity. A major key to continuing that outreach is the dedicated work of pastors trained here at the Cuba Adventist Theological Seminary.
The seminary here in Cuba is the only educational institution that the Adventist Church has in the island. We are a seminary. That means we are studying theology. So we are having students from different parts of the world, from Central America, South America, North America, and even from Angola, for example, teaching Bibles in the schools, or they can go to the chaplaincy. Those are the main areas they can work with.
During the early years, the seminary was small with only 20 students, and classes were held at the Cuba Union office. Then, in 1996, Maranatha completed the construction of this campus, and since that time, hundreds of students have passed through its halls. Graduates have gone on to serve in hundreds of churches across the island and around the world. Sheila Mena Oseguera is one of the more than 90 students currently studying at the seminary. But she's no stranger to the school. Her father studied here from 2010 to 2014. As a child, she remembers spending time on campus and even attending classes with her father. He went on to begin work as a pastor, serving all over the city of Havana. But when it came time to choose a career, Sheila decided ministry wasn't for her and studied to be a teacher, focusing on special education.
As a pastor kid, I never wanted to come here. I was like, I know what pastors go through, and I don't want to go through that. But I just received a call from God, and I came. So after a long time fighting with God, like I don't want to go there, I came. And it's like, right now, okay, if I need to be a Bible worker, I'm going to do it, if that's what God's want. But my dream is to be a missionary, to help people around the world and also here in my own country.
Today, both Sheila and her brother Samuel are students at the seminary, preparing to follow in their father's footsteps. Training the next generation of pastors has always been the mission of the seminary. But now more than ever, the education provided here is critical.
Seminary here in Cuba is the heartbeat of the Cuban Union. Why? Because of the pandemic, because of the economic crisis, because of all of these factors combined, many people are migrating from Cuba. Among them, many ministers and pastors. So if the seminary doesn't exist, so we are not producing more pastors. So in a very short time, the island will be with a few workers, a few pastors, and it will be making a huge negative impact in the development of the church in Cuba. So this is to maintain this seminary is a crucial thing. You cannot negotiate with that.
The pandemic created more than just a mass exodus. An island already cut off from much of the world by way of embargo has become even more isolated.
The crisis generated by the pandemic was so hard that we are facing many struggles with finding food for the students, finding the hygienic supplies, simple things like soap, simple things like teeth brush, and things like this are very difficult to find out in the country. So, and in addition, we have a shortcut of energy. So if you have these three things, the economy in very bad condition, the energy, we are not, secure with the energy, and if you have the shortcuts in supplies.
Sometimes we're taking classes and the power just go off, and we cannot use the television, we cannot use the AC, we cannot use anything, even connection. So sometimes when we need to find something on internet and we don't have connection, and if for an assignment, we are not able to do it because if we don't have connection, it's impossible to get access to internet. So that's another one. And also the computer lab works with that electricity. So if we don't have electricity, the people who doesn't have laptop cannot work because they work in the computer lab. The food is one of those because we are a lot and they need to prepare everything, they need to buy the food. So sometimes we don't have the food here. Sometimes we have the money, but we can find the food, or it's too expensive and all the money is going to be wasted. So we have been facing that kind of challenges.
Fuel shortages brought the school back to basics, cooking meals with charcoal over makeshift stoves. Keeping the basic operations of the campus going was creating a significant amount of stress for administrators.
So this is very hard for us to find out how to manage and run this institution. But I need to add, but God is in control. God is making miracles for us every day, every year. One of the miracles is that we are now receiving a container with some supplies, food and some things we need by Maranatha Volunteers International. They are coming to us, they are helping us because we are his children, because they built this place. And actually they have been so amazing for our Cuban Union here. They have been so supportive, and now they are turning the eyes again more closely to the seminary so we can have enough resources to develop the program.
After being presented with the desperate need for basic supplies, Maranatha began raising money to ship containers filled with essentials like food and toiletries. These items were distributed to Adventist congregations across the island, as well as used to support students at the seminary.
The containers coming here from Maranatha and other people sending containers, they are changing life here dramatically, because we can be secure that we have enough food to feed the students, the staff, and we can run this institution without no so much pressure, because it's a matter of finding things. Because sometimes you have the resources, but you don't have the physical things you need to fulfill your program. That means food, that means supplies, that means anything.
Supplying the seminary with essentials wasn't the only help Maranatha provided. In April of 2025, a small team of volunteers traveled to Cuba to tackle several projects, including painting several seminary buildings.
Right now there is a team of volunteers coming here, making some painting for the seminary. So that makes the seminary more pretty, look nicer. So the people can come here and they can feel more comfortable because the beauty. We have facing many challenges here, but to come to a place that is in well shape, that is very important.
Nice and clean.
Their impact went beyond cosmetic changes. Their interactions with students and staff had a profound effect, offering inspiration and encouragement.
But my dream is to be a missionary. to help people around the world and also here in my own country. And I've been super happy these days because I feel like I'm a part of a mission and I've been helping. Even when they just ask me for translate, I've been like, what can I do? I was painting, I was digging, I was doing whatever they want to me. Because I think that this is preparing me for something bigger.
Thanks to the generosity of Maranatha supporters, the seminary is able to continue to operate, educating and inspiring the next generation of leaders of the Adventist Church in Cuba and around the world. And for that, the school is immensely grateful.
When Jesus healed 10 people with leper, do you remember that? 9 of them, they continued the life, not giving glory to God, not giving thanks to God. Our motto is to be the 10th leper, to be the grateful one. So thank you very much for your support, for your commitment to the work of the Lord, and the Lord will be remember you.
When we come back, visit an area of the seminary campus filled with relics that still serve a relevant purpose. Set on the campus of the Cuba Adventist Seminary, a group of people are beginning their workday.
Trabajar para ti y glorificar tu nombre. Amén. Permite que tu santo.
Although the tasks may look mundane, this group is bringing hope and light to people across the island in the form of inspirational print materials.
La imprenta de la Unión Cubana se dedica a procesar el folleto de escuela sabática de todas las edades, adultos, jóvenes, universitarios, primarios, menores, niños, todas las lecciones de escuela sabática se hacen aquí. Solamente eso es lo que podemos hacer en la imprenta de la Unión Cubana.
Like many things in Cuba, this printing operation is trapped in the past. The newest pieces of equipment are from the 1960s. Processes that would generally be automated, like collating, are done by hand. The repairs to these old machines are constant, yet there is limited access to parts and supplies.
Los retos que enfrentamos son las máquinas, porque las máquinas llevan muchos años de explotación. Son máquinas de uso que la adquirimos de otras personas o de otras empresas que las desechan. Nosotros las reparamos y seguimos produciendo con ellas, pero están muy deterioradas. Tienen entre 50 y 60 años de explotación. Por eso es que se nos dificulta muchas veces, el folleto no sale con la calidad que necesita que salga. Y entonces el problema mayor es ese, la maquinaria, que es muy antigua y no hay piezas para repararla aquí en el país.
Frequent power cuts make their work inconsistent, and machine malfunctions waste precious materials like paper. But nothing is truly wasted. These scraps are being cut into tithe envelopes. In an age where much of the world is moving away from printed materials, the work done here may seem outdated. But the digital age as it exists in other parts of the world has yet to arrive in Cuba.
Es muy importante tener una imprenta en Cuba por los miembros de la iglesia. En Cuba son de poca adquisición. No todos los hermanos de iglesia pueden tener un dispositivo electrónico como un teléfono. No todos lo pueden tener. Entonces el folleto le llega en su formato impreso, que es la forma de que la mayoría de los miembros puedan estudiar su folleto de escuela sabática, los mismos niños que adultos. La motivación mayor es que esto es un trabajo para el beneficio de nuestros hermanos en todo el país. Por eso es que uno se esfuerza y lucha y remienda, porque muchas veces tenemos que remendar para poder seguir y esforzándonos por conseguir un poquito aquí, otro poquito allá, para lograr que el objetivo final se cumpla, que sea que el hermano estudie su folleto. Y eso nos motiva a seguir adelante.
Recently, Maranatha has been assisting the press by helping to ship paper so that operations can continue.
En mi opinión, Maranatha ha sido nuestra salvaguardia de parte de Jehová. De no haber sido así, nosotros no estuviéramos trabajando y no se estuviera haciendo el folleto para los hermanos en todo el país. Porque no había forma, una económica, no tenemos los recursos para pagar el material como está actualmente. Y otra que muchas veces no existe ni aunque existieran los recursos, no aparece el material. Gracias a Dios, que Dios ha puesto en el corazón de Maranatha ayudarnos y apoyarnos en esta misión en el país.
When we come back, meet a woman who is determined to reach her neighborhood for Christ. From the street, this looks like most other homes in the small town of Casablanca. But this is no ordinary home. It's the center of ministry for Daisy Rodriguez.
Llevo ya en Casablanca 33 años. Nunca me he movido de aquí. Siempre he trabajado en este ministerio y el ministerio más grande que he tenido es con los niños, que siempre los niños de la comunidad siempre me atrajeron y empecé a trabajar con ellos. En la casa llegaban aproximadamente 130 niños y comían alimentación que yo les preparaba, le daba estudios bíblicos, los enseñé. Hoy en día son grandes, tienen hijos y ellos dicen que conocieron la verdad por mí. Le doy gracias a Dios por haberle servido.
Daisy's life is completely devoted to caring for those around her. She runs an extensive children's program, teaching them about Jesus, as well as meeting their physical needs. And she can regularly be seen visiting her neighbors to offer Bible studies and prayer. But her home had many issues, making hosting people a challenge. She prayed that God would offer a solution, and that solution was presented through Maranatha. Maranatha has constructed more than 200 places of worship all over the island of Cuba. But sometimes providing a place of worship doesn't include building a church from the ground up. Government permission is required for many parts of life in Cuba. This limits the ability to secure building permits or purchase land. Because of this, some groups meet in members' homes or convert homes into churches called Houses of Light. At the request of the Adventist Church in Cuba, Maranatha purchased 2 homes to be used as Houses of Light, including this one in Casablanca.
Compraron la casa y el pastor me dice así, Armando Benzán, por ser tan buena guerrera, Dios te ha bendecido. Vas a ir a vivir a esa casa. Tú vas a cuidar esa casa, la de Dios. Y yo me llené de gozo. No les voy a decir mentira, porque siempre trae alegría lo nuevo, pero también lo desconocido asusta. Y yo tenía mucho miedo porque yo estaba ya acostumbrada a aquella casita, humilde. Y cuando llegué aquí, comencé a limpiar los patios, que estaban llenos atestados de basura hasta arriba, a botar basura. A cercar un poquito, pero no así con esto, con los cines que habían, malito, pero los cerqué.
Daisy dreamt of her new backyard being an oasis for the neighborhood, but the house and surrounding property were in desperate need of some help. A group of Maranatha volunteers came to the rescue, including Mervyn Eva, whose mission experience began 20 years ago.
So I got involved with Maranatha 20-some years ago. Carmichael Church, where I'm a member, we did a trip to Peru. And we had 50 church members that went on the family trip to Peru. 2 churches were built in 10 days. It was a life-changing experience for me and for my kids. It was like my 2 daughters came back completely changed.
That first trip was transformational. But running his printing business would keep Merv tied to home and unable to volunteer again for 2 decades. Then he was invited to serve in a country that was on his bucket list, Cuba. And after hearing about Daisy and the work at Casablanca, he knew he had to help.
I was adamant that I wanted to work, well, not adamant, because I was called to go to Casablanca, I wanted to stay on Casablanca if I could. So we got to Casablanca and we met the young lady named Daisy. You meet Daisy, it is it's Daisy. It's Daisy. The best way I can describe Daisy is Mother Teresa on steroids. That lady is, we used to sit down in the morning, we working, we used to sit down and take a break, and Daisy, literally, I've got video of her with a sledgehammer in her hand, whacking away at a fence post that needed to come out, and she's 60-some years old.
Daisy's energy and enthusiasm motivated the volunteers to transform her backyard into a beautiful place for children to learn about Jesus.
So when we got to Casablanca, the church was a little house church that had been purchased. The backyard, there was a huge bird structure on the left-hand side, old, rusted out metal fencing. There was 2 fences. The property is fairly large. 2 fences going across, made out of wrought iron, old pieces of rebar and rust. So the first thing we did was cut out all the fencing, cut out the big bird cage. We cut out for 2 days, getting the structure. It was really hard getting the structure down. We had some people that came with us. They were going to paint the inside of Casablanca, the little rooms. And then the project was to take all the fencing down, put up brand new poles and brand new corrugated iron all the way around the structure.
In addition to the fencing and cleanup, a small local crew worked to construct a baptistry, fulfilling one of Daisy's dreams.
Y le pedí el bautisterio más que nada, porque yo quería que cuando se hubiera ahí agua siempre, vengan muchas almas al bautismo y conozcan, porque si fuéramos bautizados seremos salvos, porque hay que darle muerte al viejo hombre. Y le doy gracias a Dios que lo primero que empezaron a hacer fue el bautisterio, lo mismo que le había pedido.
So I have no doubt in my mind that this church plant, we call it a church plant, is going to be of lifelong. Many people are going to be converted or going to see Daisy's life, just the way she lives, it's going to change lives forever.
Over the course of the week, Daisy and the volunteers worked together to transform her backyard. But working side by side created special bonds between Daisy and the volunteers.
Son personas muy especiales que Dios las trajo porque voluntariamente están haciendo un trabajo que no le corresponde a ellos. Pero sin embargo ellos vinieron a este país a trabajar para hacer algo bonito para las personas aquí en Cuba.
Seeing Daisy on fire, one can only come away with a renewed spirit of giving, of getting involved, of what can I do in my community, what can I do back home. I don't have to go to Cuba, I don't have to go to Peru.
Vivo para la obra de Dios mientras que viva. Ya no quiero más nada. Ya yo pasé por el mundo. El mundo me trajo mucha aflicción, mucha tristeza, mucho dolor. Allí no quiero regresar. Quiero que cuando venga Cristo yo estar con Él.
Life in Cuba is full of obstacles, heartache, and challenges. But even in the midst of these struggles, there is still a lot of joy and hope. From whispered prayers in living rooms to rousing hymns in beautiful sanctuaries, Cuban church members continue to shine a quiet but powerful light. Stories of people like Sheila and Daisy highlight the power of faith to inspire and uplift, no matter the circumstances.